With how much talking we do online, having a good mic is very important, and though wireless headsets a lot of the times are very useful, they either just don't have a microphone to start with, or the one that they do include on it just isn't very good. Fortunately today though, we're taking a look at a pretty cool solution for this problem with the Mod Mic Wireless. The Mod Mic Wireless gives you the ability of adding a wireless mic to any headset, and it's going to be compatible with things like Mac, Linux, and PlayStation as well. In the box, you'll get the mic itself, which is already outfitted with a pop filter. Besides that though, you're gonna get that dongle for wireless connection, two cables, one of which allows you to plug the dongle into it, and then one that's just a micro USB to USB-A cable. Finally though, you're gonna get your mounting hardware for actually attaching it to the headset. The installation for the Mod Mic is set to be on the right side, which does feel a little bit odd as I've just become so accustomed to always having microphones being on the left, but this may be also on purpose to try to avoid maybe some interference with other headsets and maybe what they have on that left ear cup already. The installation process itself though is pretty easy. All you're gonna need to do is start off with just wiping down the surface you plan on adhering it to with an alcohol wipe just to make sure it's clean first, and then go ahead, let that dry. Make sure you have in a spot, of course, too, where the microphone is actually gonna reach your mouth where you're planning on mounting it. From that point though, if you know it's gonna be in a good spot, you can then attach the mic via that magnet after removing that protective backing from the adhesive. Make sure you also have the mic angled right for your mouth so it's not sticking straight out like at your eye level or nose level. That's also gonna be very important. But then you go ahead, push that magnet down firmly for around 60 seconds, and then give it time to cure after you've pushed it down for around an hour before actually putting that mic on there to use. Connecting the mic itself is as simple as just having that dongle plugged in, then pressing and holding down the button on both the microphone and the dongle respectively. Then they'll just automatically find each other and connect, and then from that point you are good to go on using the actual microphone. One thing to note is that you cannot turn the mic off while the dongle is plugged in and powered, so either you have to shut out the device that the dongle is plugged into completely, or just unplug the dongle itself. As far as muting the mic, all you need to do is tap that button on the side while it is paired, and it will turn red, just indicating that you're muted, which is also going to be reflected by the dongle as well. The switch at the front of the mic is what allows you to switch between either that omnidirectional or unidirectional pickup pattern or mode for the microphone itself. The omnidirectional is what you'll be wanting to use if you're actually streaming or recording, as it just has a wider frequency range. But do realize with this wider frequency range, it picks up more noise around you, so you want to make sure you're in a decently quiet area so it's not picking up a lot of background noise in general. The unidirectional mode helps with the background noise, of course, because it focuses more on just what's coming out of your mouth right in front of the microphone itself. So the only thing downside with the other frequency range is it doesn't give you as much of a frequency range as it does with the Omni. All right, hopping into some mic tests now. First of all, we are on the Logitech G Pros, and this is just the wireless headset recording directly into my computer through OBS. There's nothing being changed in my voice either in pre-production here or in the post-production either. So guys, what you're hearing is just raw audio going into it. Nothing's being changed. Of course, if you want to, when you get these microphones or the Mod Mic in specific, you can change things up for yourself. But this is just to give you a baseline of how all these mics sound in comparison to each other and the differences, so you guys can make your own judgment calls on what you like better, or if it's going to be worth the price for the upgrade to the Mod Mic Wireless. Another popular wireless headset option with Razer's Black Shark V2 Pros is what I'm now using. You guys can hear the audio, again, recording directly into OBS through my computer. This will give you guys another good baseline of what another flagship wireless headset microphone sounds like out of the box. Not very great, as I'm sure you guys can tell. Each of the microphones, though not great, they are pretty comparable on baseline wireless headset microphones, with the Black Shark having a little bit more bass in it, which I do like. I feel like it picks up a little bit more low end versus the G Pro X, which I think the microphone's just a little bit worse on that headset. You're now hearing audio from the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless. This again feeding straight into OBS into my computer. And this headset microphone, I will say, I think I do like the best out of all three of these that I've tested so far, before hopping, of course, over to the Mod Mic, which is where you'll see the most drastic difference. But I feel like this one has the best balance, and also it's just a little bit hotter. It has more volume to it. I had to actually turn down the gain in OBS like I do with the Mod Mic to pick up my audio more equally compared to these guys here. These ones just don't pick it up very well, and at least the frequency range of them just feels so poor compared to at least the Mod Mic, of course, and this one feels like the best one out of them. Maybe that's just me. Obviously, you guys can make your own opinions based on the audio tests. All right, all the audio you're hearing now is coming through the Mod Mic Wireless, which I have set up on my HyperX Cloud 2s now. Of course, going straight from these wireless microphones to this, you're going to immediately hear just a huge difference here. Right now, I am speaking into that unidirectional mode. Again, the purpose of that one is to pick up more of your voice just coming straight into the microphone itself and trying to cancel out some of that environmental noise. It's not going to sound quite as good as the omnidirectional, which I'll switch over into right now. As I flip the switch right here, You'll hear that little bit of crunch in the audio. That kind of lets you know that you're switching over. I don't think that's intended, but just to give you guys an idea, you are going to hear that crunch when switching over. That's not actual the microphone itself making that crunching noise. Now they're over into the omnidirectional mode. Again, that's going to open up more of that frequency range, allowing for a little bit more clarity, a little bit more depth and height in the voice as far as those highs and lows go. For me, I can definitely hear the difference between the Omni and Unidirectional mode, but even in that Unidirectional mode, we don't have that big as a frequency range. Still sounds way better than these wireless microphones. There's nothing that's even comparable as far as these wireless headsets that I do have with me today. Nothing even gets close to possibly being like, oh, well, it's, you can almost justify using this over this. This thing is substantially better. Your voice sounds so much more clear and crisp coming through the Mod Mic wireless. The Omnidirectional mode, I do like the sound of better. Again, it's going to pick up more environmental noises though, so if you do have things in the background, you might benefit from using the unidirectional mode, but again, that is going to be a little bit less of that frequency range to not sound quite as crisp, but still way better than these wireless microphones that we have with us today. I think that it's pretty clear to see the difference in mic quality when looking at the Mod Mic versus other wireless gaming headset microphones, like we just did in some of those tests there that you guys can hear for yourselves. So if you want a wireless microphone that's going to just be easily slapped on any headset, it's going to instantly upgrade your audio quality, this can definitely do that for you. But the main thing to consider with the Mod Mic wireless is going to be that price point. It's at $140, so definitely not cheap. But if you want to have this in addition to a wireless headset, that can definitely really rack up the cost, being as expensive as some headsets in the first place, especially when there's already some solid condenser microphones out there that you can get for a lot less. But of course, this is serving a completely different need. If you want that luxury of having that wireless microphone that can be put onto different headsets without having to clutter up your desk with another external microphone or just something else in general sitting on your desk, then I definitely think you cannot go wrong with this Mod Mic wireless. Definitely a big upgrade over the standard wireless headset microphone that you would see on most headsets, so can definitely recommend. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hit the like button if you did enjoy, and do consider subscribing for more content like this in the future. Check out some of these other microphone reviews on the screen now.